All right, there we go. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. We were supposed to start at 8 o'clock. Just had a little technical difficulties, but we are here now. So if anyone's in, definitely let us know. Say hey, wave, do something. Let us know you're here. If you are here, we definitely want to thank you all for joining us again. We wanted to do this live Q&A session. We're just, just gonna have some fun, answer a few questions you guys submitted to us, and definitely take it from there. So if you are watching, please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you have subscribed, definitely hit the like button. Ask us some questions live on the chat. We'll be glad to answer your questions. And definitely share this video so other people can tune in and watch. It might be helpful, it might be funny, who knows, but definitely tune in and enjoy yourselves. So as you all come in, I thank who it is for joining. Since you've joined us so far, definitely say hey and let us share the video. Tell everybody, tell the world. Have some fun with us if y'all don't mind. All right, let's see. And y'all don't mind us as we're talking to you guys. We're just making sure everyone can hear us and that everyone has been able to join us. So definitely just chime in once to let us know that you're there. Babe, you want to say anything?
Oh, hey, y'all. I'm exhausted. Excuse me. It's been a long day. It's working. But, basically, what we're doing, like he said, we're answering questions for those who wants to ask this question live. Part is our relationship / marriage. Pretty much there, of course, there'll be boundaries because you don't want to get too crazy. Um, Answering questions or whatnot, but we're definitely here to answer some questions for y'all. And like I told y'all before, starting next week, it has been a long, busy week. I have been going to the doctor all week and working. So we have not had a chance to start the day where we're going to pick, where we'll take in emails and read them out loud and give our opinion on them. Um, we call it note loving.
I'm sleeping.
It's okay. You said you're sleepy. You just woke up.
No, it's not. I'm sleeping.
So,
But yes, all right, y'all. Let's go ahead and let's get to the good stuff, right? Let's get to the questions. Let's get to the comments and everything.
not yet, no. But anyway, like I was saying, it's called go in the room with the kids, baby. Note loving or whatever. Basically, y'all writing us a letter and we're showing y'all love back by responding. Because without y'all, it wouldn't be no us. So that's what it'll be called. I finally came with the name Note Loving. So we're gonna give you the email address to the actual email that we share as far as this YouTube channel, and y'all can email us and let us know. Another person is joining. Let us know. And I'm in pain too. My side hurt. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah. So yeah. So it'll probably be. We'll probably do it on Saturdays. It seems like Saturdays work better for the both of us because he worked Monday through Friday. I'm busy on the weekends, uh, but in the evening time around this time, it seemed like we could come together, take the time out to actually do what we need to do. So we might put note loving days on Saturday to answer emails. We'll probably answer like 5 emails, you know, and go live so other people can comment. Because I feel like it's always good to get someone's opinion who's not biased. So yeah, note loving. So it will start next Saturday. We will have it ready and fixed up. I need you guys to participate by emailing us your letters. You don't email us no letter, we don't have no note loving. So please email us. So after this, we're gonna make sure to I can't even say it. Make sure to give you guys the email so that y'all can email us your questions or a scenario you need an opinion on or whatnot. So like I said, please excuse me if I'm a little laggy tonight, just exhausted. But nevertheless, we are here. We're gonna make the best of this and enjoy it. So yeah, that's pretty much it on my end. What I want to say for now.
Okay, and you can just tag people or something if you want to, especially the ones who ask the questions. But yes, all right, you all. All right, so how about this? Until the person we who asked the questions, until we can get that person on to address her specific questions, we'll just, how about this? This is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna ask each other some questions. You know, let's
we're going off the thing right here. The thing on here. I'm gonna go off that. We'll just start answering the regular questions.
You want to just...
And then if we run out of... No, the questions on my phone. And if we run out of questions, then we can do that.
All right, we're going to do it the way the wife said it, y'all. If the wife is saying do it that way, let's do that.
Yeah, she had my phone back.
So, yeah, all right, y'all. Y'all just excuse us just a little bit. Just trying to get all our stuff all set up. You know, the better we can do on our end.
You should not finna flash on my boob.
Well, I guess, you know, I'm sure y'all didn't tune in to get flashed, but, I mean, you know, welcome to the chat, though. It's definitely not what we had in mind when we said we going live, so y'all have to excuse us on that one. You know.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start. I don't know, people could probably catch it on repeat. Because it's not fair to make you all wait that's already joined because the others aren't on yet. So I'm gonna do, like on YouTube they have a Q&A couples tag, but we're gonna take some of these questions and make them our own. So I'm gonna read them out loud, and me and my husband will take turns answering. Like he'll do number 1, I'll do number 2, 3, so forth. We'll go back and forth, and we'll probably do.
Y'all gotta excuse us. You know, we definitely want to enjoy you all, but we are, you know, parents first, so we definitely gotta take care of the parent responsibilities.
So what we'll do is we'll do those questions first. And then the questions that the young ladies asked, I think I tagged them to get them time to get on, because I just didn't want anyone to miss out on the questions they wanted answered. So, hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm sorry. I didn't submit it. That's why. Who was it on there?
What, as far as the questions, it was Sharika Ellis.
Okay, I did that next.
Rain Walker.
Okay.
And then it was a friend of mine on my page.
I don't think I'm friends with her, so
you are.
Oh.
But I'll tag her anyway. And y'all, we just...
what? Criminal?
It's
Don't you tag.
I told y'all to do it.
Okay, so I guess I'll start with number 1 since because he's tagging. Okay, so it says, where did we meet? I'm gonna make the story short. We met on this app called Scout. No, my husband is not from he's not from Pensacola, Florida. He's from Greenwood, Mississippi. And the internet was our way to connect. We were not trying to. We were friends first. And then we ended up talking, and here we are today. So basically, we were on Scout, and just, you know, they had like little, I guess they call it emojis. I don't know, something on there where you could send stuff to people. So we'll send stuff back and forth, and then finally I decided, okay, I don't want to be on here like that anymore. So we were writing, we decided to exchange Facebook information. So on Facebook, I had wrote him basically on Father's Day, and I wished him a happy Father's Day. From then on, we had started talking nonstop on the phone. And I decided to go meet him on his birthday, which is our anniversary. It's August 31st, which is also the day that what? We became official. Boyfriend and girlfriend. So, that's how we met. We met through the internet. I will tell people real quick, if my baby will stay on my boobie. She's getting frustrated because I think it's hot in here, under here.
Hey, y'all, just don't mind the baby.
But I would tell people just to be wary online. Don't be so thirsty that you accept anything or anybody talking to you or flirting with you. Online is just like going on a blind date. It ain't that deep. I don't know why people be so against online dating because it really ain't that deep. You get to know the person. We got video chat nowadays. We got
Yep.
It's so many ways you can communicate with a person. That's why I understand why the show need good idea on a catfish show, but I don't understand why it exists because these people could be been wrote somebody and said, look, if we don't video chat by this time, I'm gonna start talking to you. But a lot of people be looking for a void to fill online too. So you have to be mindful not to be so vulnerable online or whatever. Y'all, I'm finna step out real quick and try to get my baby situated. I'll be right back. Baby, here go question number 2. Hold on. He gonna answer question number 2 for y'all. Okay, right here. Number 2 right there.
All right, y'all. Question number 2. All right. Question number 2 on the list here. It says, what was our first date? That is a good question. Make sure I don't get in trouble and not remember. But and like I said, y'all excuse us. Let us know if you're here. Once again, make sure y'all can hear us just fine. But let's see. Our first date was not necessarily a solo date. One of our first dates was it was me, her, and her daughter, Shanala. It was my first time meeting her. Shanala's not my birth child, but she definitely is my child through God and obviously through marriage. But it was my first time meeting her at this time. It was like I said, it wasn't our first one-on-one date, but it was our first outing together. As far as we all went to Chuck E. Cheese. So I guess, like I said, you can't necessarily call it a date. It was more so, I guess.
It was a family date because my daughter was there. So it was a date. It just wasn't your typical going to dinner, going to lunch, just you and me. My daughter was there. So he got to meet me and my baby, and we had a good time. And the most important thing is, as we all know out there, it is very important that if you have a child that you do not have with the person you're getting to know, dating, i.e. maybe finna marry, it is very important that they have a connection with your child, because if they have a connection with your child, then they don't have one with you. Because at the end of the day, your child comes before any and everything that you could possibly want. So, it's very important. So when he said to me, oh, just bring her down, we can go to Chuck E. Cheese, that won me over. Like, made me want to get to know him and be with him, because even though I wasn't going to plan to come that particular weekend because of the baby, because of Shanana, she was like 2 or 3 at the time. Because that's why I'm saying baby, y'all. Sorry. But, yeah, so it's just very important. It's okay, baby. It's very important that you, make sure there's a relationship connection is established with your child. And I know y'all know this is common sense, but I'm just reiterating because that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with him, because he loved my child, whom is not his. But if you see me, Steven, and Shanala starring in Shania Public, guess what? You're going to think that's his daughter, because he loves her as if we made her. So that was one of the many things that drew me to him that way, because he fell in love with my baby. So, yeah. What's number 3? Said, where was our first kiss and how was it?
Jesus. I'm not sure if I should answer that. But hey, we live, so let's answer it. All right, y'all.
It wasn't in the car, was it? Oh Jesus, y'all.
Yep.
My amnesia. Okay, go ahead, babe, because I don't.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna read this question one more time. It says, "Where was our first kiss and how was it?"
It was excellent.
Well, I remember her. I remember her. Like I said, we met for the first time on my birthday, August 31st, 2012. So almost 4 years ago now. Actually, she came to see me as a birthday present because the original plan was for me to go see her, but stuff came up. Make a long story short. Anywho, y'all. Jesus, let me pray about it. When she
Yeah.
stepped out that car for the first time, y'all. When she stepped out that car, and
God, please keep it PG.
I'm thinking in my head. I'm thinking in my head.
Keep it
Okay,
PG.
I'm cycling through all the pictures she sent me. Anytime we video chatted, I'm like, who the hell is this that showed up at my house with this dress on? Jesus, I gotta pray because my parents are at home. Jesus. Um, we got to talking and whatnot, and our original plan was to go out that night. We were going to go to the club that night, and we decided against it because, I mean, she was tired from her long drive, and the time was just short. We only had a weekend to each other, so we just, we made the best of it. Let's just say.
It was a good weekend.
Let's just say it was
extra
a good
self.
weekend. The kiss was great, and obviously 4 years later, the kiss is still great. I wish they were more frequent, but the kisses still have the same spark they did 4 years ago. They make me still want to tear her clothes off. They make me, I would marry her all over again, despite, everything. So, first, and like they say, first impressions are everything. So, obviously, that first kiss left a lasting impression. So, that definitely answers the question of how was it.
Okay.
All right. So, y'all, the next question kind of ties into what I just said. What was your first impression?
Well, my first impression of him was he looked a little bit smaller than what I saw originally in the pictures. But I said he's so handsome. But what really threw me off was how, how when you meet somebody, you be like, I'm wondering if they're going to be too nervous around me or shy. They ain't going to touch me or hug me. They're going to kind of sit off to the side. And I sit off to the side. Well, not Steven. When Steven saw me, he hugged me, sat me on his lap, was talking. I'm like, dog, he ain't wasting no time. He is getting to know me like, hey, you here to stay, you ain't going nowhere. And that too, when you have a comfort level with somebody like that, that is so important. So I was kind of thrown off because I'm usually the bolder one, the outgoing one, the whatever, just straight, just with it. And then I was expecting him not to do that. I was expecting him to be the more reserved, and he sit on one side, I sit on another. We kind of talk, but he was letting me know when I came down there, I'm locking you down. He ain't going nowhere. So it was a very good first impression, and what was so amazing about it was we made the best of it. We didn't go on the biggest dates. We didn't spend the largest amount of money. It was just quality time with me and him. And Shanala. Did Shanala come the first time?
No, not the first time.
No, she didn't come. She came the next time. My bad. No, she didn't come the first time. So, it was just me and him spending quality time. I was just trying to remember when she,
No, she didn't come to like the third time.
Yeah, so that's what it was. She was starving. But yeah, so, you full of money? It was a good first impression. Go ahead. Well, you kind of already said it. You answered it. You have to re-answer it again if you want to.
Man, I don't mind answering again. I answer it every time somebody asks me. But, yeah, y'all. First impression, like I said, it was a matter of me going through my head saying, oh, Jesus, who is this person? Like, she might have thought I was smaller than what I was on the pictures and all, but...
Not small, because he's a big guy. He tall and stuff, but he looked like he lost weight, but in a good way. It wasn't like... I'm not saying, like, small as in just puny. I'm just saying, in the pictures that I saw, he looked a little more built, like he was eating good and stuff like that, and then, like, he lost a couple pounds. It's all, but he still look good, so... Yeah. What you doing? Don't,
But yeah, y'all. Yeah, man, our first impression was definitely, I felt like, I don't know, I felt like she looked good to the point where I was like, why did she drive all the way here for me?
Oh.
Like, you know, I ain't just saying, you know, I'm not all right or whatnot, but I'm like, well, dang, you know, like she too pretty to be driving here just to see me in this little old rinky-dink town, in this little old rinky-dink house. Like, why is she here to see me? You know, on my birthday at that. So it was a it was a great birthday present, which, you know, turned out to be, you know, something that's still here. All right, y'all. Let's go to the next question because if I keep talking about that one, Jesus, I talk to y'all all night. All right, y'all. We finna start getting into the good stuff. Next question: what is one pet peeve you dislike?
You
You
go
like to go
first because you went first. I went first last time. When the first person, you go first.
All right, y'all.
You need
If
to
I
be
had-
on the same way.
Oh, I know this is for the people.
Game.
Like, one. Let's see if there has to be one pet peeve I don't like is, well, I kind of said it before. Just, you know, when I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out a way to say that because you want to say it, but you don't want people just all up in your stuff.
Kool-Aid.
But some, I guess it's not necessarily a pet peeve. It's just kind of sometimes I felt like at times I'm not a priority. So I guess feeling second place. It's not something she does that's a pet peeve. It's a feeling I get that I hate that is a result of how she's feeling. So I guess that's how I should
I
say
think
it.
what he's trying to say, honestly, y'all, I'm spread it so thin. And truthfully speaking, I need to prioritize my time better. I have so much going on during the day that by the time we do get time together, I'm snoring on him, literally like going to bed, sleep, be tired. And it is very important when you have a spouse that you make time for them and them only. Children, TVs, cell phones, all that don't need to be around when you spend the time with your spouse. It's about them. And I admit that's a problem I have. I have people inboxing me all the time, whether it's about makeup or advice. Then I'm out working. Then I'm doing something for a family member. Then I'm going to the doctor. And then I'm working. So that's what I'm saying. I'm spread it so thin. And he even said, he was like, babe, I feel like I got to share you with everybody. And when he said that, it kind of stuck with me because I was like, that's true, because in the business I'm in, you know, I have clients and stuff like that. So it's very important for me to manage my time better, which I'm going to start working on for real, for real. She's looking at me, babe. But I'm going to start working on, but yeah, I that's what you was trying to say?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that's what you were trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and I can understand that can be a pet peeve because if you're constantly asking your wife, can I please get time with you? And by the time y'all getting ready for bed and stuff, I'm clocked out. And it don't be on purpose. I just be so tired. What you want? Okay, go use the bathroom. Because I don't use the bathroom. So, I can understand that being a pet peeve when you want quality time with your spouse, not hearing their phone going off, not them watching TV.
Yes.
See, look, see? I already knew that's what it was. And I knew that was going to be the first thing because we talk about that. You know, he be like, babe, I just want quality time with you. So, we working on it. Oh, excuse me. We're doing a date night job. We're trying to get better. And like I said, with my job just being so flexible, it is crazy, but I'm working on. God knows I'm trying to work on prioritizing my time, but especially because we got a new baby and she takes up a lot. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think he was trying to say. And as far as my pet peeve, I'm just a clean freak, and I expect my husband to clean like me. I get to the point where I won't say anything if something is not going or not the way that I want it. Like if he go clean, like for instance, if he wash the dishes, but I don't like the way he plays something, it eggs me that he even wash the dishes. I be thinking, why did you wash the dishes? I should have just washed them. That's pretty much it. With Steven, it ain't much. Like it ain't much they really do to bother me. You know, and of course, all women, I don't want to say we nag, but if we're trying to get our feelings out and we're trying to help you, it is a woman when you're not listening, and then it takes you to bump your head to then catch what I was trying to say. That could be a pet peeve too for me, because all I do is want the best for him. But then if he don't listen, it's kind of aggravating because we both got to deal with that situation, not just him. So that's it. That's pet peeve. That's it. That's all. Pretty much OCD. I just really think I have OCD in cleaning. I think that's what that is as far as that. And like I said, as far as listening, I be wanting him to listen, more, whatever. So yeah.
Starting this one, I'm going to tend to start real quick.
Okay.
And thank you for whoever just tuned in too. We appreciate you. Let us know if you have any questions.
Do we have any traditions? I will tell y'all one tradition we got that is so freaking cute. So when we first met, we still have the outfits from when we first met. So what we did last year was, we went through a tough time. A lot of people know we went through a tough time not married around our anniversary last year. And we were really, getting inspired back or whatever. So we put back on them same outfits and took pictures. So what was crazy about it, I got to see my makeup from 4 years ago this year, and I was like, I was looking like that? Oh, Jesus. And he liked me? Oh, Jesus. So I think that's one cute tradition that we got is every year I told him, you put the outfit back on, I put the outfit back on, and we take anniversary pictures in that same outfit. We just started doing it, and as long as we can fit the clothes, we're going to do that just to see how we progress. Because like I said, it just tripped me out how my makeup was. Back then, it was not cute at all, and then to do it now and compare the pictures. So matter of fact, I thought the picture was our cover photo. It's not our cover photo?
It is.
Oh, they probably can't see it, though. Can they see it?
Yeah, if they go on our channel.
Okay, if you click on our channel, you'll see the picture I'm talking about. It's from 2012 and then to 2000.
It was 15.
15. Yeah. So yeah, you can see the comparison of the picture. But yeah, that's a tradition we started. What is another tradition you think we're starting or trying to do?
Well, a tradition I tried to start that never really got off the ground was I was trying to establish like a no electronics day.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, that's my fight. My fight is against
with me.
The cell phone calls, Facebook, YouTube. Forgive me, YouTube, for saying it. We love y'all. Please pay us. But
makeup tutorials.
But yeah, makeup tutorials. Just people she see out in the street. Just I wanted that no electronics day, which would have been on a Sunday, even if not every Sunday, at least one Sunday out the month where no phones, no nothing, unless it was an emergency situation, so that we could have that time. Because in a marriage, relationship, even a friendship, no one likes to feel second banana or feel like, that's like going out on a date with somebody and they sitting there on their cell phone the whole time, and you sitting there trying to talk to them, and they just like, huh, oh, I was busy, huh, like nobody wants to do that, and that can get irritating. So that was the one tradition that I tried to start, but it never quite fell through. But Lord willing, one day maybe.
Okay, next question.
All right, y'all, moving right along, y'all. Let's see. Oh, well, this is an easy question. It says, who said I love you first and where were you? Yeah, she pointing the finger at me. Yep, it was me. This is the part where my random memory comes in at. I said I love you first. It was August 1st, 2012. I remember the day because at that time I was going through some different things in my life, and I'll maybe discuss those one day, maybe not, we'll see. But yeah, I was on the phone with her. We were, in the beginning stages of trying to figure out how do we see each other? How do I get to her? Would she need to get to me? Hell, even what we would do when we met up with each other. And it, I don't know, it just, I knew I was in love with her. I guess maybe the day before saying it, I knew I was in love with her, but you know, you want to be sure about it because throwing that love word out there, you know, not just being my last name and whatnot, throwing that word out there is a huge gamble. Because, you know, it's just not a game, you know, y'all know not to even speak so much on that. But yeah, it's just a gamble. And I was like, well, hell, I'm not going to ever say it if I'm not sure. So I knew I was sure and I said it. And I didn't regret it. It took her almost a month before she told me she loved me back. I remember, matter of fact, here come that random memory again. It was August 28th, the first time she told me she loved me. I was spending the night at my grandmother's house at that time. And we were talking on my grandmother's phone. So sorry, Grandma. I don't know if you watched it or not, you know, but sorry. Uh, but yeah, so it was me. I said it first. I was back in my hometown of Greenwood, Mississippi, the first time I said it. And, you know, I never stopped meaning it, you know, despite what we have or haven't been through, you know. And that's, you know, another question for another time. But I never start regretting it. What was the
Press internet.
All right, y'all. Next question.
It says, do you guys fart around each other? If so, when did you start? I mean,
no, we kind of don't.
No.
If we fart around each other, it's probably in our sleep.
For real. Other than we don't do that.
I mean, no, we don't really fart around each other. So sorry, y'all. Y'all can't get no juicy. Y'all can't get no juicy details there. But we don't really fart around each other, you know. All right. Next question is.
Right here.
What do you argue about the most?
Me, it's simple. With cleaning. I have a big thing with cleaning. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's gotta be a thing with cleaning. I'd be like, I ask him to do something, don't leave something somewhere, take this somewhere, don't do that, don't do this. It's just, people gotta realize when you marry somebody, y'all are two different personalities, you come from two different backgrounds, you do everything different. And his version of clean may not be my version of clean. So, generally speaking, he does a good job cleaning, y'all. I'm not gonna say it make it sound like my husband just nasty, because he ain't. But what I'm saying is I'm on a whole nother level type clean. So clean that I bleach so much probably that's why my nail polish came off. Because I stay clean. When I clean, clean. You finna smell bleach outside like clean. With him on the other hand, he's a simple cleaner. He ain't finna do all the extra deep cleaning. And I think all men are like that. It's rare that you find a man that just like me, super OCD and want to clean. But that's the only thing I pretty much will argue about. His is quality time to me. I could be wrong. And what else?
Let's see. Something I guess we don't necessarily argue about, but it's the subject of a lot of discussion. You know, I guess with most couples would be finances too.
That, yeah.
Other than that, yeah, I think quality.
We don't argue about that though, baby.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say we don't argue about it. We just discuss it. It's just something that's a discussion. But what like she said, my argument is quality time. It's always, you know, I go into these long outdrawn speeches, but it's just because I'm pouring my heart out and I want her to know I'm crying out for that attention. It's not to patronize her or make her feel guilty because no one wants obligation love, obligation sex, obligation kisses, or quality time. But if I pour my heart out about anything as far as in an argument, something I'm passionate about is quality time. Because, you know, my big argument there is if we never have anything, we have each other. But, you know, that's usually what our biggest arguments come from is either her about my cleaning habits or me about wanting, you know, quality time. All right. I believe this is the last question here. It says, who wears the pants in the relationship? This one, I mean, She wear the pants, the dresses, the bra, the panties, the tank tops, the t-shirts, the boxers. You name it, she wear it. Probably literally and figuratively.
What do you want?
Bye.
What you want? Y'all
Yeah,
go to the back. What do y'all want?
Sorry, y'all. Nosy kids. Y'all gotta excuse that. Anywho, yeah, this one here wear the pants mostly because of she has a very strong, opinionated nature. She's also very spoiled. We don't have a lot. I can't give her the world, but everything I can give her, I do. And she's spoiled, and she knows it. She gets all the massages. She gets the bathwater ran. She gets the roses, the flowers, the spontaneousness, the I love yous. Yeah, you know. So she gets all that. So as far as who wears the pants, that person right there, dude.
In a good way, y'all, not a bad way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought she was breastfeeding. I'm like, what?
No, I would have my breasts out.
I really thought she was breastfeeding. Y'all see her over there? I thought she was like getting it in right on the video. But all right, y'all. So although they may not be on right now, we're going to answer the questions for them anyway. So y'all just have to tune in to get the answers to y'all questions.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we just want to wrap this thing up. We don't want to have the people waiting too long. All right, y'all. All right, these actual 4 questions are from Sharika Ellis. So we do want to thank you, Sharika. Shout out to you. If you want to join in and watch the video, we started I'll comment your name somewhere and just put that we started answering your question if you want to just fast to that at about 36 minutes into the video. Anywho, first question she asked is, what is the key to staying married and in a healthy way?
Communication. Number 1. I mean, and I have a bad habit of doing this. I have something on my mind and I'll be like, he be like, want to talk about it? I'll be like, no. Knowing it might be something that I need to discuss, I'll be like, no. When you let your feelings build up or things you start to feel, who is that?
Sure.
I'll come for it. When you let your feelings build up, things you start to feel like, y'all see how my phone been going off since we've been on this thing? I had like, 4 inboxes, 2 text messages, and about 3 phone calls. My phone's still going off. But anyway, you have to communicate good and bad feelings. That is the only way you don't allow the enemy to come inside your relationship and sever it. Because when you keep those feelings, as Stephen and my dad always say, you keep those feelings in and you don't voice it with your significant other or your spouse, what you do is, it takes one person to either be in your inbox on Facebook saying, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Could somehow lead you into a position you don't need to be in with somebody else that ain't yours. So, it is very important. Hey, baby. It is very important that you just staring at me. Yeah. It is very important that that you communicate. I can't stress that enough. I'm talking about, and people gotta remember too, it's not what you say, it's how it's relayed. The delivery. You can say somebody's feet stink in about 3 different ways without offending them. You can say it in a funny way, a loving way, and a gentle way. When I say funny way, be like, hey, you know you're my dog, right? You know my boo, but your feet stink, dog. Go get a bath, go get a shower. Like when I mess with Steven and be like, babe, is this your feet I'm smelling? And he be like, hey, look, sometimes he won't even know that his feet smelling. And he be like, yeah, babe, that is. He'll go take a shower. I didn't even have to pick an argument with him. Why? Because of the way I said it. Now, if I would have said, get your stinking foot behind out my bed, you think that would have pissed him off and made him not even want to take a shower just to spite me and make me mad. So, you just have to be mindful in your delivery when you're saying something. So, it's important to communicate to keep a healthy marriage. honestly, the one I'm about to say, such a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite, man, when it comes to this. But another way to keep a healthy relationship is a healthy sex life.
Yes, Jesus. Praise the Lord.
Yes, I just had to be real and
Yes.
say it. A healthy sex life so that your significant other does not feel inadequate and your significant other does not want it elsewhere, because although sex is not a necessity to live, it is not a necessity to live. No, it's not. It is not a necessity to live, y'all. It's really not. God didn't make it so that we have to have sex just to survive on earth. Really? Come on, babe. He extra. You see how he looking at me? He is so extra. But anyway, doing that, it keeps your relationship healthy. I'm just being real. That's all I know how to be is real, even though I'm a hypocrite, because I go to sleep, fall asleep, and I don't be, God knows, on my baby life, on my life, I don't be trying to be so tired. But you have to make that time, and it's so important that you make that time to have quality intimacy with your spouse. And it doesn't have to just come in sex, but a healthy sex life keeps the wolves away, meaning the people of the opposite sex trying to get your spouse, manipulate them to try to sleep with them. So, what else I said? Communication, healthy sex life,
quality time.
Quality time. Yeah, just spending quality time together and making the time, because what people don't realize, people be so quick to want to have kids. Me and Steve got 4 kids, okay? You have to literally make that time, especially because you see we got a little minion right here. You have to make the time to spend the time together. Even if it's just like, for instance, we'll put our baby in a swing. The swing is in our room by our bed, and we'll watch a movie together. Have a Netflix night together, whatever. Not like that. Stop, Steven. But we'll spend quality time together. And you have to make that time, because if you don't make that time, that's when your spouse starts feeling feelings that aren't, good, and it can lead to arguments and unnecessary stress and stuff like that. So quality time and healthy sex life, and communication. That's what I feel like makes a healthy relationship. You want to add on to that?
Yeah, I mean, just basically emphasizing what she said. Definitely communication is the make or break for marriages. And without communication, you can't have love. Without communication, you can't have trust. Without communication, you can't have sex. Without communication, you can't spend time together. You can't do anything in a relationship or marriage without communication. And communication don't just mean going to your partner saying the first thing that come off the top of your head. Or if you pissed off, letting them know how pissed off you are. Communication is just plainly just talking to someone, letting them know, hey, this is how I feel about this. This, what you did made me feel this way.
Yeah.
Whether it's a good or a bad thing, you come to them and just say, hey, this is how I feel about what you did or what you didn't do. Definitely a healthy sex life. Because sometimes you can't express how you feel in words. Or as, most women would say, I don't want to hear words, I want to see action. And that's not to say a man's way of showing his love for you is just having sex.
I was about to say, please.
No, definitely. Let me clear that up before there gets any confusion and it's women outside my house with pitchforks. No, that's not the case. But your marriage, your relationship, and I'm not saying have sex outside a relationship, whatever, we did it. Anyway.
Truthfully speaking, I did and got pregnant with Saria outside of that. But if you can pledge yourself to God, it's worth it, because you save yourself a lot of heartache. And you save yourself, and you save yourself a lot of issues and problems when you just keep yourself and try to be celibate. It's possible to be celibate with a strong prayer life, and because I was celibate for 2 years, but it's work. So, it's work. So make sure that when you get in a relationship and you had a discussion up front with somebody if you're celibate or if you're not. That way you won't waste each other's time, because the right way, being that if you are a Christian, is to abstain from sex. But we all human, and people put themselves in positions that they're not supposed to, and you end up messing up.
Right.
So you just, at the end of the day, you just have to make sure that if you make that choice, that you're okay with that choice and know the consequences behind it, both spiritual and in the physical. So.
Right. And I say, even, when it comes to sex and all that stuff, when you're in a relationship, with someone you care about, hopefully married, if not, just at least with someone you care about, if you're going to be having sex or have a healthy intimacy, it needs to be frequent. It doesn't have to be every day. It ain't got to be 2-3 times a day and all that fairy tale stuff you do when you're in that lust stage. But you should not, as a married couple, since the question was specifically about marriage, Yeah, this question was basically saying what's the key to staying married in a healthy way.
Right.
Specifically about marriage, Sharika, I would say if y'all are in a healthy place in y'all relationship, y'all should be having, sex, relations, whatever you want to call it. It should not be a week you're not intimate with your partner.
You right.
It should not be, because, like she said, that
unless you're going through the monthly or whatever.
Right, unless you're going through your monthly, and some people look the other way when it comes to that.
Nasty, but,
no, let's not say nasty. Some people just look the other way.
No, I'm talking about having sex while it's on. Shut up, Dave.
Anyway, y'all. Yeah, it should be. You turn the camera.
I did.
Yeah.
I cut it off.
You turned it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to cut the sound off.
Just plug it in the net. Just plug it in the net. So then just plug it into the green one right there. All right, y'all.
Sorry, I had to get the screen right. I put it on the screen so I could be,
You mind sharing the video, or do you want to go live and let them know we on something?
Let's read the go live on something.
But anyway, y'all, y'all it should be at least once a week. You shouldn't go a week without it. That's what keeps the relationship going. That communication, that intimacy, that honesty. Have fun with each other too. Don't forget to do that.
Yeah, it's important to keep the relationship live and have fun.
All right, y'all. Next question, Miss Sharika asked. She said, "Why did you choose each other?" Well, you know how sometimes, I was in a place in my life at the time I met my wife where I wanted a relationship. I wasn't necessarily looking for one. I mean, I wanted, I've always wanted to, settle back down, after my first marriage failed, and I wanted to, be in a loving relationship. Like I told her before, my New Year's resolution would always be, I wish I would find someone who loved me as much as I loved them, real sappy, goo stuff like that. But thank you for whoever just joined in. Please let us know if you can hear us, and if you have anything you want to add in, feel free to chat and ask us any questions. And if you can't chat there, chat on the Facebook page. But I chose her because at that time in my life, I was honestly just sleeping around with whoever and whatever. I had a kind of somewhat relationship at that time, but that person eventually passed away. They were in the service or whatever. But anyway, me and her got to talking. And when I say talking, y'all, we were talking, getting to know each other.
Yeah, not on some fast type stuff. Because we were really getting to know one another.
We were in two different states. So it wasn't like we just met, on some bump and grind kind of level type stuff, I mean, obviously we have kids, so that came eventually. But, we talked for hours on end. I mean, all day, every day. If we weren't texting,
we weren't
were
breathing
talking.
On the phone. We were actually talking.
Yeah, there was rarely any time where there was ever, just dead air on the phone or silence or us just being there and listening to each other breathe, unless that's something we chose to do. We would talk 6, 7 hours continuously. I would talk to her till my phone died. Like the house phone would die just from talking to her. I had to pick up another phone, cell phone, whatever I could do to get back on the phone with her. So, the chemistry was there from day one. And I was impressed by that because not a lot of people I met at that time really could hold a good conversation. It was either about sex or, ooh, I like you, or the idea of you, but they could never hold a conversation. So I appreciated her conversation. The things she talked about, she was passionate. She had goals. She's in school. She wanted to do this and be that and go somewhere with her life. And she had more going on for herself than her looks or how nice her body is or, laying on her back, was not even one of the assets she mentioned that she, possessed. So, Quita calling me now. So that, just a combination of that, just being headstrong, having goals, having morals, of course being fine as hell. I mean, y'all see that. So I don't even have to go into why that was one of the reasons. But on top of that, yeah, I chose her then. I don't regret choosing her then. 4 years later, I still don't regret choosing her. And if I could choose her all over again, I would choose her all over again. So that's why I chose her. The question.
What was the question?
It says, why did you choose each other? The question.
I chose him because he's an excellent father. First of all, and I'm not putting my husband business out there. Let's just make this disclaimer before I say what I'm saying. For people to go run their mouth and thinking stuff is something that it ain't. Okay? Simply, my husband desired to have his son in his life more than he has him currently. He's doing everything he needs to do as a provider to provide for him. It's just stateside. Little Steven is in Georgia. We're here in Florida. So it's hard to get little Steven and have him every day. When I met my husband, we were just friends. We were talking. That's all he talked about. He eats, sleeps, breathes little Steven. That's all he could. That was like his hope, literally, that kept him going. His son, whom he hardly ever spent time with. How much he loved him, how much he missed him. And then one day he didn't spend time with him because he didn't want to. It was just finance-wise. It was just a lot at that time. Depression. He had a lot going on in his life at that time. Like he said, he'll go into maybe, in his channel telling y'all his testimony in that season. I don't want to give that away. But that's one of the reasons why I chose him. Because I said, if he's a father like this and he acts like this about a young man that he can hardly see. Imagine him having children in his presence every day. Y'all, when I tell y'all, Stargate is a daddy's girl to the T. I'm talking about all I did was carry her here. That's his baby. That's all I did was carry her here. She eats, sleep, and breathe her daddy, wait for him to come home. I always want to tell on me to her daddy. He's just an excellent father. That was the number one thing because I love my child with everything in me. All my children actually, but at the time it was just Shanala. And I felt like if he could connect with Shanala in that way, he was my husband. He was a winner. Hands down. And that's one of the reasons why I said yes to him when he proposed to me on Thanksgiving. And he did it the right way. He asked my dad before he did it. And that's one reason why I chose him because he was a great father. Also, our dreams and our goals and our plans are along the same lines of what we want to do. We both like to help people. We both like to encourage and empower people. We both like to communicate and give advice and stuff. So our purpose, not like my career, I'm walking in now. This is what I'm be doing until I'm dying. I'm going to die. With my husband, we're working on him now. And that's what we love to give advice, love to help people, love to encourage people, and love to, push them to their capacity in any way that he can. So both of us had that drive to want to help people, which was another reason I chose him because you have to remember, you could be unequally yoked in your careers, y'all. Like, if you both aren't on the same journey to do what God has called you to do, it could cause you to clash all the time, have major arguments, have not getting along, just bad. So when I realized he had the same heart that I had for people, that was another reason why I chose him. So he's an excellent father. He had that same drive that I had as far as helping people. And he's selfless. when I tell you, Steven will give me the shirt off his back. Steven will give me his last piece of food in a bowl. Or I go take Steven drinking, he just say forget it and go get another one. My husband would do anything, and at the time, even being my friend, tell y'all the story real quick. Me and Steve were not in a relationship at the time when he did this. I was here, he was in Greenwood, and at the time, I could not afford to get Shanala some Pampers because I had just paid my bills or whatever, and it was hard to find help. All that time, I was telling Stephen, crying on the phone, trying to figure out how to get Shanala some Pampers. At the time, Stephen didn't have a job. Stephen was on the other end of the phone trying to figure out how to get me the money or to get me the Pampers. Let's just say I got the Pampers for my baby from him. Talking about just do anything for anybody. He would sacrifice, get up, won't even think about himself, and I try to get him to think about himself more because you should always treat yourself. But when I say he's a family member, he loves his family and he put his family first. He truly do that. You finna fuss?
Yeah, she finna fuss. All right, y'all. So we'll move on to the next question.
So yeah, that's the three things: him being selfless, him being an excellent father, and him being on the same direction I was as far as loving people and helping people.
All right, Sharika asked the third question. And once again, we do want to thank you, Sharika, for all the questions you asked, and I hope you joined in and you're able to get the answers to some of your questions. And we wrote them down on the list, y'all, so don't think we're just going off the top of our head. Her third question was, how do you deal with arguments? Well, the way I deal with arguments, because by nature I'm not a confrontational person, doesn't mean I don't get pissed off. It just means that I would rather have peace, whether I'm wrong or right. I would just rather there be peace and love in the home. So the way I deal with arguments is, if depending on the temperature of it, if it was very heated or not, I usually just separate myself. We cool off a little bit, and then I come back and we just try to, do something to move the day along. Or I'll maybe send her a text, on some, depending on what kind of argument it was, and just be like, hey, this, and this, I love you, and
we don't argue in front of our kids. It's a no-no.
That's a very big no-no, especially when you're married in a relationship where there are children in the home, whether they're yours or not. You do not, for any reason, argue in front of the kids. I don't care if you just found out someone cheated on you. You don't do that argument in front of the kids. Be grown-ups. Handle that argument when the kids are asleep. Have someone come pick up your kids so you can do that argument. Step outside or something. But you never argue in front of your children, because that affects them in more than one way. You may think, she's a baby like this one here, so she don't understand what's going on.
She feels the stress of it.
Babies pick up that vibe.
Yeah.
For example, if you pick up your baby in anger and frustration, babies can feel that, and they will holler and holler until the cows come home. But if you pick them up in warmth and love, they can feel that too. Mm-hmm. So don't think your babies are just drooling little mindless humans. They feel emotions. Because I believe babies can cry when they're sad. Yeah. Babies feel things. But you don't want to argue in front of your children. It's not a good look. So, basically, in short, we handle arguments by not doing them in front of the children. We'll separate ourselves for a little bit, take a quick breather, and then if we have to discuss an issue that we felt like the other person may have taken the wrong way, we'll come back and kind of reiterate, hey, this is what I was trying to say. No, maybe you didn't let me finish saying it, but this is how I was trying to say it. All right, y'all. The last question Sharika asked was, and I'm just moving along because we don't want to keep y'all too long, but we definitely glad y'all joining us, and y'all stay around as long as y'all want to. We ain't kicking y'all out. In this video, will be posted on Facebook, and we're going to share it on there. But how has having children and family improved or affected your marriage? You wanna go for it?
Well, having children, it affects your marriage in a dramatic way. When you're two people that's just married, you can travel, go enjoy life. You gotta worry about caring for nobody, doing anything for nobody. When you have children, it is no longer about you as a couple immediately. You have to always put your kids first. You have to make that time. You have to make that time for um you and your spouse. Like to get up and go where you can just move and get up and go, you can't do that. You got kids you gotta take with you. So kids are a gift from God, they're a blessing. I love all 4 of my children. But when you have kids, make sure that, first of all, I'm just going to put this out there. You will never be financially ready, in a sense, to take care of a child unless you was like a billionaire or something. Because it's stuff that always come up with kids. And when you don't have the finances you need, that can affect your marriage to take care of your children. Because then you feel like you're not sufficient enough to provide for your family. So children can be an enhancement to your family. But in the same token, when you do have children, it is a serious decision to make, and you have to understand that your life is not your own anymore. It is done with. It's not you and your husband's own anymore. It is about your child, or you, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, whatever. It is about your child. So you have to be sure and very sure that when you have children, that you're ready to be selfless and make those sacrifices. Sometimes having to miss a date night that you playing. My husband playing stuff all the time. But if Shania up hollering and crying, guess what? Shania up hollering and crying, we got to deal with that. You know? Or we plan on going to dinner, but Shania will throw up. Well, Shania got sick, so I guess dinner canceled. We got to stay home and what? Take care of Shania. So that's what I'm saying. You have to just be sure that, you know, that you want kids. They're you all over again. So it's important that you raise them right, and that you know that when you're having children, it is it's adding an asset to your life, but at the same time, it's a serious asset to not be played with. It's a serious decision. So definitely, it has been an enhancement to us, but at the same time, I do miss the times where we just had one that we could just go, because I've always had somebody to get my oldest. So it was nothing for us to go do stuff, go out of town and me see him and stuff like that. But now that we have 2 extra girls, it's hard to plan for him to go home and see his family, and it's hard for us to plan a family vacation because you gotta have the finances to cover all of you, not just, you know, the husband and wife. So just make sure you're financially responsible when you're having children. I don't want to be long with it. Financially responsible, and make sure that you're sure and very sure that you're ready to give up your own life to take care of your child, because it's pretty much what you're doing.
And just as a last emphasis, having children is not a death sentence to your marriage.
Nope.
It's an adjustment.
Yeah.
It takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
It can be frustrating. It can quite honestly piss you off because they need so much attention that you're used to only giving your spouse. But you have to remember that when you start having children in your marriage, you're still 2 people who have to love each other every day.
That's true.
You have to love your children, but you have to love each other too. And the only reason I say loving your spouse is almost, if not more important than loving your children, because loving your spouse is what made those children.
Yeah.
That's what brought them here. Your love for each other is what raises them, you know, in the house. So not having that love for each other, or skipping out on that love for each other because the children are drawing so much attention, I won't say it's unexcusable, but it needs to be dealt with. My grandparents, my grandma and granddad, you know, God rest, you know, my granddad has passed, but they had 11 children. You telling me with me and my wife's 4 children, you know, with one not being here with us, that we should not be able to find time for each other? Even after the 5th or 6th child, my grandma and granddad obviously had some time to spend together. They went and popped 5 more out. So
it's simple as laying in bed and laying on your back. Ain't spending quite a time just getting in bed.
I mean,
doing it and you're pregnant.
But hey, then again, I mean, that's probably all the time they had together, and they made the best of it.
But
or you get some of them
you
get some of them older children to look after some of them younger children.
No, because your children are not
you
parents.
You send them Negroes outside somewhere. and y'all spend time together, not just sexual, but y'all spend time together. All right, Sharika. So we got a chance to answer all your questions. I hope you are able to join in and watch and get your answers to your questions. If you have any more questions, you can definitely still ask us some questions. All right, there was a question from Miss Rain Walker, and I'll make sure I comment on a video tagging your name saying that we started answering your question at about an hour and 4 minutes in. Doesn't seem like we've been on that long, guys. All right, let's see here. She asked, how long did it take for your husband to not feel bad about your illness and still see you?
I was up front with Stephen immediately when we were talking, not when we were together, about sickle cell. I think it's unfair to start to get to know someone and it's not one of the first top 3 things you tell them about yourself, because you're not giving them the choice to really want to deal with it or not. So anytime, whether it was my husband or somebody before him, that'll be one of the first conversations I have. So I won't get my feelings invested too fast with getting to know you, that when I do tell you if I have a crisis on you, you want to leave. Rain is coming in right now.
Yeah.
You want to leave or whatever. So just be real and be honest and be upfront about it. And if it's your husband, he'll be okay with it and he'll support you. When I told him, he was like, okay, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. So I don't care if you have cancer, fibromyalgia, lupus, sickle cell, whatever you have, flaws and all, you are worthy to be loved, ladies. And don't feel like because you have an ailment or a thorn in your side, as I call it, sickle cell, standing, look. Standing where she's like, you see, look at her. Standing in a way that, what you doing? Standing in a way that, you can't be loved. You can be loved. God, by God's love through your husband. Your husband is love you the way God loves you. So you have to be patient and wait. And when you're getting to know someone, that's when you tell them. Don't wait till y'all in a relationship and y'all serious. You tell them when y'all talking. That way you both can decide if this is something you want to go forth with, or you think, he'll think it'd be too much, you want to part ways. And don't be mad at the person for not wanting to go through with you with it. Some people just don't have the strength that you have to go through what you go through. And I'd rather have somebody strong by me to go through this than some weakling that every time I get sick, you disappear in the wind. But then I'm at the hospital, you want to be all in my face. No. If you can't be there through my bad times, you don't deserve to be with my good times. So that's the answer to that question.
And even, and I don't necessarily have an illness, but at times, I guess on and off, I do suffer from depression. Even still, just any illness you deal with, you want to be upfront with that person. One thing I never did is, despite my wife having sickle cell, is I never treated her like a victim.
No.
I never came off as, oh, I feel so sorry for you, and nothing like that. I've always tried to empower her, even in her stages of extended hospital stays or feeling discouraged about her illness, not feeling weak. Because one thing my wife doesn't do is feel weak or victimized about her illness. She does use it to empower others that you don't have to let this ruin you. You can still be successful. You want to be a doctor, an airplane pilot, whatever you're trying to do in life, you can still do it. This does not have to take over your life. Basically, as a husband, it's my job to just empower her, to let her know that no matter what, I'm going to be here. So as long as I keep just supporting her the way I do, I mean, there's no wrong there. So just, that's what I did. I made sure that she never felt victimized or anything.
Yeah. He treat me normal. He don't treat me sickly. And even when I get sick, he is so loving and so helpful. But when I need to get up and walk or do what them doctors say, guess who pushing me? Him and my dad. All right, babe, it's time to get up. It's time to walk. It's time to do this. It's time to do that. And you need somebody that when you recovering, they're pushing you in that way too. Because if you got somebody that's helping you beat the ill and treating you disabled, you would never fully walk in your healing and do what you're purpose to do because you're too busy being sick and focused on being sick. Then nothing else in the world matters. So you need to make sure that you have somebody that won't enable your disease and make you work. Look at how she just keep hitting me. Enabling whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about that. Just make sure your significant other will push you through your good and your bad times. And be supportive and love you. Okay, babe.
All right, y'all. We're down to the last question. As y'all can see, my wife getting a little tired, but you know, we all good, y'all. It's from a friend of mine. Name is Deanna's. I do want to congratulate you, by the way. I know you and in the midst of y'all just had a newborn.
Oh, congratulations!
So definitely
Welcome
congratulations to you. Yeah, she's been a friend of mine for about 4 or 5 years now. Yeah, and they just had a little beautiful baby. So you know we got a baby too. So welcome to the baby club. And this is her first child too. So
welcome to mommyhood, sweetheart.
The whole motherhood is working out for you.
You got questions? You can inbox me. I got 4.
Yeah, she's on your friend list.
Okay.
All right, her question was, how do you know when it's time to take the relationship to the next level, like marriage, for example?
You answer that. You're a man. Women need your answer more than mine.
Well, as a man, and a lot of people may agree or disagree with my answer. I guess it can be controversial, whatever. It's a simple answer. I think when a man meets a woman and I can even say this, for whatever reason he chooses, a man knows his wife when he meets her.
Say it again, babe.
A man knows his wife when he meets her.
Yes. That's okay.
And the reason I say that is because when I met my wife, I knew that she was my wife.
She said that was good. Ryan said that was good.
Oh, okay. There was no doubt that. Make sure y'all can still hear me, by the way. I just had to do something real quick. So, but anyway, when I met her, there was no doubt in my mind that I wasn't going to marry her. I knew that. I said, oh my God, I know I just got out of a marriage or whatever, but here we go again. I know I'm going to marry her. And I didn't just marry her because she's obviously beautiful. I didn't just marry her because she looks great with makeup on, because to me, she looks better with makeup off. I fell in love with her natural face because...
I went into makeup when Steven met me, so...
I fell in love with her natural face because it's what I see 90% of the time. You know, most of y'all, you know, some of y'all close to her see her natural face, you know, here or there, but I see it the most. And that's the face I fell in love with. I knew right away that I was going to take it to the next level, if that sums up your question. A man knows what he wants from a woman when he meets her, whether it's sex, he want to drive your car, you know, and that's just messing with somebody. If he's just trying to drive your car, he wants your money, he trying to holler at your friend, so he got close to you to holler at your friend. Whatever it is that he, I guess, is trying to do, a man knows it when he meets you.
Yeah.
It's almost like premeditated. It was premeditated that
Men
I knew I would marry her.
hunters by nature. Keep that in mind, ladies.
Right. So, if a man feels you're worth marrying, he will marry you. If that man is dangling you around on a string for 10, 11, 5, 6 plus years, and I'm not saying rush into marriage. Marry when you're ready. But a man knows he wants to marry you when he meets you. Also, you know, kind of to get a little Steve Harvey-ish, he said basically, sometimes a man won't marry you because you don't make it a requirement. It's that whole, you know, like I say all the time jokingly, you know, and it's been said, you know, time and time again, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free?
Mm-hmm.
It's a tried and true statement. It doesn't fail because why should I make you my wife when you giving me all the wifely goods for free? You're cooking for me. You're running my bath water. You're making my lunch for work. You're cleaning my house. You're taking care of my kids that ain't yours because we ain't got kids together. You're doing my laundry. You're folding my clothes. You know, you're having sex with me on demand every time I snap my fingers. Why should I marry you? I'm getting it all whenever I want. Why should I tie myself down to this? And I'm not saying don't do that for your man, ladies out there. If he earned it, then you do that for him, because another female will try, just like me. And if your wife is worth catering, cater to her, because there's always a snake out there waiting to do it.
Yeah.
Or waiting to give her the impression that he will do it.
That too.
When
Please
really,
emphasize
when
it.
really all he trying to do is just use and abuse.
Yep.
And when he done getting his, he gonna move on to the next one that's letting him sneak up in their house too.
Yep, you right about that.
So, you know, I think, to me, a man knows. Like she said, because we're hunters by nature, we're prideful. So when we pick our wife should be like a testament of the good choices we make. I should be able to walk around my wife and people be like, well, damn, he made a good choice. You know, she's not only beautiful, she's just a stand-up person all around. You know, so that's how I take it. Did you want to...
You said a mouthful, honestly. I just, like, far as that, wives, you just got to be a wife. The Bible says, he that findeth a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord. So, with women, we don't realize how much power we have. A lot of the purposeful things a man's supposed to get in his destiny, he can't get them till he's married to you. Because it says obtain favor from the Lord. My dad dropped that jewel in me, and I love him for it. So, what y'all got to realize is, you have to be a wife so that when your husband come along, you can help push him into those deep places that when he decides that he's ready to open his business or do this or do that, that favor that you have of your life, you can work that thing and y'all can build a dynasty together in God's name. So you have to be sure and very sure that you're a wife, because a lot of women out there get the definition of a wife misconstrued. And you have to really, really know truthfully for sure that you're ready for marriage, because a lot of people walk into marriage and you got a whole bunch of baggage. Because I was a bag lady. When me and him ended up married, I had a lot of hurt and pain and bitterness and resentment and stuff that I was dealing with from previous relationships. So it was unfair for my husband to have to be that man that not only loved the hell out of me, but had to help clean me up and make me, and reassure me, reassure me that I can't talk. Reassure me that he would not hurt me, but at the same time clean me up, because I had so much damage from a child on up until now. So girls, just know you have to be wives first. And know your worth. Stand on this if you don't stand it through anything else. Be prepared for your king, because your king can get a lot of his blessings until he marries you and y'all get them together. So stand on that and use that as your strength. Every time a man come along and try to feed you some mind games, you got the power in your hands. And you have to decide if you're going to allow somebody to sabotage that or not. Been there, done that. Sabotage stuff behind thinking maybe I could do something to make somebody want to marry me. No. That man, like my husband said, that man will know that he's ready to marry you. He's a little bit weird. That he's ready to marry you or whatever. So, be encouraged and know your worth and stand on that. That when you become a wife, you will obtain a special favor that your husband will know that is you, because the favor he has is connected to you. So be encouraged, seriously, and know that. And don't lose faith in that. Because when y'all come together, y'all are going to do some great things together. So.
That's right, y'all. And for now, that actually was all the questions. I hope y'all got a chance to enjoy. I hope y'all watched. Please, if you're watching, please share the link to our YouTube channel. Share the link to our video. Definitely, if y'all have any more questions, like my wife said at the beginning, our email address to email us some of your questions or concerns is sandslovechronicles@gmail.com. Once again, that's SANDS lovechronicles@gmail.com. Definitely email us anytime, or you can inbox us if you want to on our respective pages. Her page, Shaquanza Love. My page, Stephen Love on Facebook. So definitely feel free to email us, ask us any questions. Y'all, we're gonna be coming to y'all live again with a special video soon.
Note loving. I'm looking forward to that. I
Note
can't
loving.
express it enough. You guys don't send emails. We don't have note loving. So it is very important that you email us at SANDS lovechronicles@gmail.com. So I'm gonna say it again. SANDS lovechronicles@gmail.com. Send us your emails. If you want us to say your name, state that. If you don't, put anonymous at the bottom of your letter when you finish, so we will not say who it is from. We will go live on this particular situation because I feel like our opinion is good, but it'll be good to see others. So if you want to get a good opinion on a relationship you in right now, you trying to figure out if this man playing you or if he want to be with you, if you want an opinion on the next move you want to make, or if you want an opinion on a trifling friend, whatever, just send it our way and we'll answer it in the best way we know possible. SANDS lovechronicles@gmail.com. That day will be called Love Noting. Note loving. My bad, note loving. So Saturday will be no loving day, okay? No loving. Ain't that right, Shania? We'll be loving on y'all with y'all notes and answering y'all questions. So make sure that you send us emails. And I'm going to be talking about it all week, too. I'm going to keep note loving till it gets on y'all freaking nerves. Note loving. So, ain't that right, Shania?
Note loving.
She said it. So, with that being said, we thank y'all for tuning in. It was an honor to sit here and tell y'all a little bit of our business.
Y'all can't get it all, though.
You can't get it all, but get some. And like I said, we'll start vlogging soon. My mind be so going. I have so much going on, y'all. I be forgetting my camera. I have a camera, a video camera. So me and my husband, I'm going to let him take the camera to work one day. He be holding the camera, say what he doing. I'm going to do it. We'll take what time of day it is. You know how you vlog on YouTube. See, I'll be in our business a little bit. You know how they do. So, yeah. So we're going to start doing this soon, as well as, hit us with some ideas. If y'all want us to do more challenges, if y'all want to see us do something, tell us. Email us and tell us. Inbox us on Facebook and tell us. Shaquanza Love and Stephen Love. That's our personal pages. For those who know how to spell my name, you on YouTube. It's SHAQUANSIA. Last name Love. I'm married to him. So, yeah, and that's pretty much it. Anything you want to say, babe?
Yeah, just real quick. Once again, I do want to thank Sharika, Rain, and Deanna's for sending us the comments as far as the questions. We definitely appreciate you.
Yes, ladies, thank you. Y'all
we appreciate y'all so
awesome.
much. Y'all really made this video work out.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you are watching, share. Definitely share our video. Subscribe to us. Tell your friends to subscribe. Even one day of pay. If y'all are in the Pensacola area, we're in Pensacola, Florida. If someone's watching who wants to maybe be on a video one day with us, just to give a kind of perspective or whatever, definitely inbox us or email us and let us know. We're definitely open to that. We know we're going to be doing some challenges, y'all. She is going to be doing my makeup sometime in the future.
Yeah.
Just fun stuff, because stuff like this is what keep a marriage going. Stuff like this is what keeps the spark there. So, definitely, you all, we want to thank y'all for joining. Y'all have a good night. Be blessed. Shania's going to tell y'all bye one more time.
Say bye, Dick. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.